and they always get their food. Even if Keem has to hold an extra box in the back for somebody that's late, because we know they need it. So the people that need it are definitely getting it. The people that want it are getting it. And I'm sure each week we feed people that do need it that, aren't regulars or aren't regulars yet. So it just to go back to the statement of, it doesn't matter who you are. If anybody thinks that, we're bypassing people that do need it, they're all getting the food.
Oh, yeah. And not only that, to add on to your point, we are like really a pillar in the community at this point, to where those 30 people that we know to be our regulars or whatever we want to consider them, we know them. Like, we have a personal relationship with them to this point, and we have their names. I've been into a couple of their houses. There's just been at this very moment, somebody just came to our door and they're in need of assistance. I think Tommy's about to give them some book bags. So, we got a guy down the street who we assisted a lot just by being here for his problems. Every week when you see someone, it could be a coworker that you hate, you speak to this person enough, they're going to start to understand you, and if they're a good enough person, they're gradually going to at least listen. And people are loving that from us, that we listen and know their wants and needs. If we get a certain product that we usually felt like we couldn't distribute, like we have formula donated the other day, we knew exactly who to give it to. Because we're like, oh, our friend from around the corner, the block captain over there, she can use that because she has a couple young kids in her house, whatever. Just listening to these people, and it may seem like because we're working that it might go in one ear and out the other, but we're keeping it in mind because so many people are usually coming to us, hey, what can we do with these clothes that we want to donate? Someone came to me with 3 TVs the other day, and I was able to distribute a TV to 3 different people, and it made their day.
Wow. And you guys just
Is that what he did? Did he just get bags?
Yeah.
Wow.
And
as we speak, I'd spoken into existence.
Did the last time we talked, were you guys already got your nonprofit status?
Nope.
What, like,
Nope.
like the last
Just got
last
it.
Pizza Playdate one?
We got it in December.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah.
Or November.
So,
we just got our
Shout out
501c3.
to Miss Liz.
yeah, so big
who that?
ups to you guys. My mama.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You guys got your
Big sponsor.
501c3 nonprofit status going on. So that's a huge. I mean, it don't matter.
I don't know, acoustics. I don't know. if
Not
they
that,
matter.
but those airplanes be going around.
Yeah. My bad, guys. We actually still giving out bags during the show.
Look at that.
We've had people reach out to us on Facebook saying they couldn't make it due to work or family reasons, and I said come out to the shop, and right during the show we had somebody come out for a bag.
Yeah. So you guys nonprofit status now, which I'm sure opens a ton of doors for you.
Absolutely.
So what changes now that you have a nonprofit?
We can get peanut shoes. We
have to file taxes.
That too.
That's it?
I mean, among other things, it's kind of like we've been going so long with like, whoa, I can't hear anything now.
You can't hear yourself, but it's still picking it up.
We've been going so long with kind of like going against the grain and what was difficult for us to do that we're used to doing things the difficult way. Like we don't reach out to the news to cover these things. We're like, we're just going to do them. And it's the same thing with like the 501c3. Now that we have the opportunity to get grants and things of that nature, like Tommy was saying earlier, we're putting the people who have the know-how and the professionalism to help us with these things, and also not just help us, but educate us so we can do it ourselves, which is the whole point of, the Black is Back program.
And on top of that, you guys are starting to, I seen the computers that were here. Didn't you? I think I saw some flyers for like after-school tutoring or something like that.
Mm-hmm. They're all in that folder right there, actually.
Yeah, we're looking to do not just after-school tutoring, but we want to become a community hub where children can come here if they want to just get away from home, they want to get away from the streets. They can come, play games on the computer. They can fill out job applications on the computer.
Resumes.
They can do resumes, job applications, whatever they feel is necessary. We want to hold classes and trainings here to where you can learn how to, use Microsoft Office or learn how to write your resume or learn how to fill out an application for college. We just want to be that community hub to where kids, young adults can come here and better themselves in any way.
Yeah, and to try to give them something that they may not get at home. Whereas, like, there are certain conversations that they may not have someone at home to speak with, and you can feel free. Like, we don't have the discomfort of being, related or whatever to not tell you a real take if they need it, as well as putting them in the kitchen. We have a full kitchen now, and we can show them how to cook if necessary. If you got nothing at your house, we got a couple things here. Let's see what we could whip up. Let's teach you something. And we can do that in any regard of anything we have at our disposal. Go downstairs and might be able to teach them a trick of organizing. just being available, being here, we can really teach them some things.
We can record. We can do whatever.
Exactly. And if this place, you got things in the area like your libraries, which are awesome for the children. They can go learn, use the computers. But here, you get a sense of comfortability. You can come in, you can grab something to eat, cook yourself something to eat, sit down, watch TV for 10, 15 minutes, then get to work, or get to work while you're watching TV. You can play some video games. But there will always be a balance, but we do allow for leisure, for letting your guard down.
Yeah, one of the things that we talked about, my other guests talked about, was how urban communities are underserved and underrepresented, and a lot of them don't have a stable home. So
this could be their stable
home. This could be part of a stable home, especially because school now, nobody knows, going back to school, that was kind of their safe space. They could get an escape on top of getting their meals, but now
school might have been the only normalcy they had in their life.
Yeah.
Whereas things that we would find, some things that we find normal, like, oh, I'm going to vacuum the floor. They might be like, what the hell are you vacuuming for? Like, we can teach them the most basic things that they probably completely overlooked or their parents didn't think was necessary to teach them, because some people think that it's just going to be, a natural evolution. Oh, you're going to figure it out.
A little bit of life skills. And between all of y'all who work in construction, as in carpentry, like handyman kind of things that people need to know, basic life skills that they should know at home. They can come here and
absolutely
not even directly learning that, but from being around you guys could know.
Absolutely. And it just for me, the biggest thing is letting their guard down. At home, they may not be able to let their guard down. It's all about survival. Where's the next meal? Where's the next dollar? When's the electric getting turned off? When's the heat getting turned off? When's mom coming home? When's dad ever coming home? Like, who knows what the issue is? Here, there is no worrying about that. Come here, let your guard down, get something to eat, watch TV. Are you doing your homework? No, you should do your homework, whatever. All right, cool, let's keep watching TV, playing video games. Like, we're going to suggest they do better and suggest ways that they can stay organized and stay on top of their life. But we'll also allow them to be children, to be young people, to do stuff that we've been fortunate enough to do when we were younger.
Yeah, I think Kevin and I were talking about that, just having to grow up so fast because of your situation at home.
Yeah, definitely. Like, where we come from, Philadelphia, it's like that. Like, we come from broken homes. Broken home is normalized to us.
Yeah.
So even though they could have that in there, if they come here, the whole dad situation, we both spoke about that and stuff like that. We're all men here. So if you need that type of role models, we're here. There's women involved too. So if you need a motherly touch,
exactly,
they're here.
A lot of times, they don't have that male figure in their life. Men, boys and girls, and having that, just a big brother. I mean, there's a reason why they have mentor programs, and they call it the Big Brother program, Big Sister program, stuff like that. So you guys offering them that kind of just, and even a mental break, because a lot of these kids are dealing with some trauma at home that they don't know is trauma until they get a lot older, and they're already in some really bad habits, and keeping them off the street instead of having to go to a corner and do
it's a
things
lot of relief.
Yeah.
Like, when you see the fact also, like, when they're around enough, they're going to see that we make mistakes too. We make them somewhat often probably, but we're learning from them, and we'll discuss them with each other, and we may even get into an argument about it. But it's always, leading to something more beneficial, more productive for us. And, they can feel comfortable knowing, like, oh, I'm in a very safe space because these people aren't just picking on me. They're not, like, for example, we had our internship program we started back in March. And in our first couple discussions we had with our interns, it was 6 young people. And we were asking them, how do you like to be spoken to? How do you like to take, what would you call it, criticism? Yeah. And they told us some of them have different reactions to it. And honestly, that day was like, okay, now I need to, put on different gloves to deal with different people type of thing. Like, okay, you do like the constructive criticism, or you need it repeated to you several times to, confirm it type of thing. And when you're in a space like that where people are actually asking you how you want to be educated or how you want to be welcomed, things like that are much more just a better environment for them to be around. Whereas your parents always, they love you to death, but they're not always going to keep in mind how you want things laid out for you. and that's why they may feel more comfortable from time to time, hanging out at the block shop, volunteering with the block.
And I'm sure a lot of you guys learn a lot about, different kids, especially when they're not yours. I know Tommy has 2 kids, and congrats, another one on the way.
One on the way.
Kev has 2 kids, right?
Yeah, but not on the way, thank God.
That you know of. But, and just dealing with your kids is a lot different dynamic than dealing with some kids that are coming in off the street.
Yeah, I could trip my kid, and if he busts his tooth, that's on me. But I can't do that.
Don't do that.
One of the biggest learning steps for the group, I think, was a couple of years ago. We were doing a street cleaning, and there was this young man named Randy. Randy was a pain in the ass. He didn't listen. He was just getting people's stuff. He was causing trouble.
You said you fought him?
There's a picture of it.
We came to a realization that this kid needed us most. This kid didn't have any discipline at home. This kid didn't have any structure. And the minute we gave it to him, the minute we gave him praise for doing good, or the minute we showed that we were disappointed in him, he straightened up.
Attitude changed. The
Exactly.
same day.
So that's all it takes. And since then, I still notice it till this day. I mean, Keem did it without himself even knowing, giving a big shout out to Ash, who's a young kid that volunteers with us. Just giving them that praise. Even during game day when we have volunteers with kids here, we'll tell them how great they're doing, this, that, and the third. But the minute they start slacking, we'll also let them know, hey, you may be 6, but you're slacking right now. You need to get it together. You know what I mean? And it really, you can see their attitude change right away.
Mm-hmm. And also, you see the personality building. Like with Logan comes around, he's what, 16, 17? And it seemed like, we weren't going to be able to click our personalities together. But now he's getting the jokes. He's catching on because we took the time to learn him first. And now when we used to say, maybe, are you done yet? And he'll probably find that and be like, oh, God, I'm not done yet. Now it's like, oh, they're messing with me again. Because we're telling him, you're always late. Where it's like, yeah, we're just playing with you, bro. We're happy you're here. You're doing a great job. We'll tell him that. But then we'll also let him know he's
late.
Yeah. We're going to, sugarcoat it a little bit to make sure you feel good, welcome, and you're going to keep that motivating work up. But then again, we're going to let you know when you misstepped, when you're late.
And building that rapport with these kids can be such a... Like, it can solidify some really good memories and, some pathways in their brain where they're like, and they pay that forward when they get older.
Creates good habits, too.
Yeah, absolutely. So it just, there's a chain reaction with everything you guys are doing. And, I mean, it's not a surprise how well things are going here. What are some events that are coming up now, since this is somewhat the new norm,
New things.
Hey.
Got some new things on the agenda. Well, for one, we're going to continue with the Feed the Block weekly.
Forever.
Up in the numbers to 125 a week, no matter what. If we do less than 125,
160.
It's a bay a week. So that
don't need elbows. We'll do 125, no doubt.
Exactly. Every Saturday throughout the duration of the year, going into 2021 at this point. 125 platters a week, pasta, side salad, bread. Sometimes there'll be dessert. Sometimes most likely you'll get 2 loaves of bread that day. We'll have groceries throughout, different weeks. So that's our weekly feeding event. September 12th, we're doing our end of summer John. It's going to be a part of the Love Thy Park tour. We're very disappointed we didn't get to be able to do a street cleaning or park cleaning this year. So we're going to do a park cleaning at Vogue Playground September 12th, painting benches, cleaning the park, just refurbishing the area a little bit.
Especially since COVID is, like, people need to go outdoors.
Exactly. You got the fall months coming up, the cooler fall months. Kids will be out more. Families will be looking to get their kids out a lot more before winter comes. And it'll preserve the benches, the backboards throughout the winter. So when springtime comes around, these kids have somewhere safe and clean to go right away. And not only that, fall's coming. You got glass in these playgrounds. You got, unfortunately, drug paraphernalia. All that stuff gets lost in the leaves when these trees fall, when the leaves fall. So it is huge to get this stuff up before, all the leaves fall. It makes it a safer environment. Then the end of the year, we have our end of the year drawn. We're giving out 350 canvas tote bags with hygiene products, women hygiene products. We're ordering 500.
We're giving out 500.
We're giving out 350.
500.
We already had
numbers to be determined. Catered food for the less fortunate.
We also already have 27 bags, so we can add that and maybe get about 527 bags.
catered food for the less fortunate. You know, we're having sit-down tables to where we can sit down and talk with these people that need this food.
And we're going to play the music.
Exactly.